Hey there. If you're joining me right now, you're probably watching on the replay. And man, I just had my mind blown. I'm going to tell you all about it in a minute while I'm waiting for people to join in. I thank you guys so much for being here. I just got done filming my Faith and Freedom show that I now air in full on my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Shemane, but also on Real America's Voice. You can watch it anytime. You can watch previous week's show on realamericasvoice.com and look for Faith and Freedom. It's down at the bottom, not all the way at the bottom, but kind of at the bottom. But I just had the most incredible conversations that I'm going to tell you about. It's my mind is blown. I know I've said this before that I want to make sure that you guys can hear me too. Oh, hello. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Hello, Marie, how are you? Can you guys hear me and see me okay before I get into this? Let me know because sometimes with this microphone it doesn't work, but man, you're going to want, okay, it's going on the MacBook. So you should be able to hear me. Then you don't need this microphone, right? I'm not going to change it because I don't want to mess it up. So you can, where's my glasses? You can hear me okay? Loud and clear. Okay, good. Okay. S. Patrick Hart. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. I just had a conversation with, do you know who 107 is? 107. Raise your hand. or write in the comment section if you know who Juan is. Just had the most incredible conversation with him, and that's going to air on my Faith and Freedom show this Sunday on Real America's Voice or on YouTube. And on a lot of my social media, I will recap bits and pieces, snippets of the conversations that I've had in my show. And man, oh man, we talked about everything from what's going on with Tina Peters, her health struggles. And if you don't follow what's going on with Tina Peters, you should. She spoke up, and yeah, I don't know how much I could say about it, but do your own research about Tina Peters. And she's in prison. She had lung cancer for speaking up and truth telling. And she had lung cancer before, and they arrested her, put her in jail. And now she's not getting the treatment that she needs, and she's getting sicker by the day. So we went from talking about Tina Peters to 3-Eye Atlas. Do you know about 3-Eye Atlas? Hey, Kevin from Omaha, how are you? I don't think you can even hear that, so I'm just going to remove that. I think you can still. Ooh, you don't actually know about Tina Peters? So we talked about that. That's one thing, and it's a horrible situation. She has been exposed to toxic mold in prison, and also unbelievable, kind of reminds me of the first month of the year, right? And then the 6th day. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to get banned here. So it reminds me of what happened with those people. And she's being switched from cell to cell, being taunted, and being kept. They took the temperature in her. She was complaining about how cold it was, and she had somebody come in, and the temperature was in the low 50s in her jail cell, and she complained about it. The next day it was 85 after somebody came and looked. Anyways, difficult situation, but obviously horrific, horrendous. Juan and I also talked about 3-Eye Atlas. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to describe. All I can say is please, 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 if you're curious about what's really going on in the world, watch my Faith and Freedom show this Sunday. It airs, like I said, on Real America's Voice. Yes, I agree. I'm going to see if I've got this is a live video. So if you're just, oh, wow, I can see. If you're rewatching, or if you're watching this on the replay, that's why. I think, let me see the captions. Okay. Oh, I need to tell you about Moms Arise too. Remind me to tell you about okay, so realamericasvoice.com. Real America's Faith and Freedom on realamericasvoice.com. That's one thing. So you can watch that. You can go back and watch my previous shows there, realamericasvoice.com, but also on my YouTube channel. Which glasses are better? These glasses, just say the yellow stripes, or these glasses. So these are a little crooked, I noticed. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Faith and Freedom, Real America's Voice. So youtube.com/Shemane. You can also watch that. I think we're going to repost the whole show after it airs on Real America's Voice. We're going to repost it on YouTube, and then bits and pieces I post on my social media. But y'all, this is the most important show I've done, the most important interviews I've done. We talk about 3i Atlas and what's really going on with that. If you're curious at all, if you don't know about it, please watch the show. And then after, unfortunately, I had to cut Juan off because I have to, when I film my Faith and Freedom show, they're in 4 12-minute blocks, and I have to take a break. For Real America's Voice, I have to take commercial breaks for them, not for me, for them. But they give me the platform, so I have to kind of stick to the rules. But I had to cut Juan off. He went on, which is wonderful. He's so knowledgeable about everything, which kind of makes you wonder, how is it that there's nothing that you can bring up that he doesn't know something about? It's crazy, right? All right, I'm going to look at your comments. Okay. So which glasses do you like better? I am a crow heart also. Hey, Queen. Hello, Michael. I'm looking at the second pair. So the blue ones. You like the second pair better? Okay. The first one. Okay, Bobby likes the first one. Hey, Stuck. And I like, I don't know, whatever. Okay. Also talked with Eric Moutsos. Eric Moutsos, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can follow him. He is at ERIC. I have to spell it right first. Eric, MOUTSOS. ERI. Okay. ERICMOUTSOS. Look for the blue check. He posts a lot of information about things like what's really going on. And Eric and I got into the conversation after Juan left. I had already scared Eric probably, but scheduled Eric. And I started out by saying, Eric, I don't even know where to go from that conversation with Juan. He goes, I could pick up where Juan left off. I go, really? So follow Eric if you want to know what's going on. Juan doesn't do social media. He just pops on people's podcasts. A lot of David, Nino Rodriguez, they're close. They do podcasts a lot, and a lot of other ones, a lot of Patriot podcasts. But Eric and I talked about the Mark of the Beast, what the Mark of the Beast is. Does it have anything to do with 3i Atlas? You're going to have to watch. You like this one. Okay, Pookie. Wait, you like this one? Pookie? Okay. The Russian boar is hilarious. Oh, the Russian boar, the conversation that Ted had about that. They both, thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. Oh, you're very kind. Thank you. All right. So just wanted to leave you with that. I'm going to also tell you about Moms Arise. I wanted to see if Hannah Keeley could do a quick video. It was kind of last minute, so she's probably busy, but I'm going to be involved in Moms Arise, momsarise.com/Shemane. Tomorrow's Thursday already. Oh boy. 2:00 tomorrow, 2:00 Eastern. I'm going to be right there if you want to register for it. So Hannah Keeley has been on my Faith and Freedom show many times. She's an amazing woman, and she's a faith-based, I would say, mom coach, the #1 mom coach. And she's had 7 kids. 7. Let that sink in. 7. How do you even cook? I get freaked out if I have to cook for more than 4 people. Like, I can do it, but how do you do that day after day? Anyways, she's got a lot of helpful tips for moms, and she has invited me to participate in her Moms Arise conference. It's a virtual conference, which means you can look at this. You can show up in your I'm pulling off my slippers. You can show up in your slippers, y'all. You can show up in your slippers. momsarise.com/Shemane. And I just found out that Patriot Barbie is also going to be a part of that as well. So join us tomorrow. I'm going to be there tomorrow at 2:00, I think. Hopefully she has a schedule. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Dang, this was, I'm at a loss for words because of, number one, what's going on in the world. If you have recently thought to yourself, I don't even know where to start. This is just all craziness, everything that's going on. It is. And the more you know, the crazier it gets. And what Juan brought up really makes you wonder. And then Eric touched on it too. I'll leave you with this. Are we living in a matrix? I don't know. Leave your comments below. At this point, I don't know. I've always said, I'm just waiting for the lamp to fall from the sky, like in the Truman Show. You know, it's crazy, y'all. Okay. Oh, thank you very much, Jeff. All right, I'll put, but you see all these rockers are falling. Yeah, I see that. I see what you're saying. I see. LOL, go hunting. I know, right? Ted's out hunting right now. It's too cold for me. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm a fair weather hunter. Okay, I'm looking at all your comments. Hello from Chicago. Thank you for being here. Rick says, Ted, you're a lucky guy. Sometimes I think he questions that, but mostly he says he is. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Check out my Faith and Freedom show Sunday on Real America's Voice, or you can watch it on my YouTube channel. Love you guys. Have a great day.